if you could just
Okay.
give a very brief outline to why you decided to dedicate your time to Web 3.0 and digital currency, and then we'll sort of just, I've got some questions for you that I'd love to throw at you.
Well, personally, I like people, I like communities, and I don't like companies. Even if I work in companies and I have a company, etc. I mean, I find that uh, people are better together when they are between amongst friends or in communities, and they tend to be like the company environment tends to take not the best out of people. So that's to answer your question, like why I like this. I think it's like part of my character, and it's just I'm just naturally drawn to things which can be done together as people, and I also like to do things on my own. So as I was saying before, but I think it's right. We should repeat this. I see the internet, so this new thing in humanity is just 25 years old, and it's gonna be with us for a long time, I guess. Has already gone through two eras. So the Web one is the 95 2005 period, more or less, and let's forget before 95 was really just for nerds, and that period you could do a website, sell some stuff online, even get some direct bookings. It was peer to peer. People interact with people through a website, right? So the internet was a way for people to find each other and transact a little bit. There was not real money exchange. There were not, PayPal and stuff came at the end of this cycle. And that was amazing for me personally because I could build my own business, I could travel, I had my booking platform like Airbnb, but before Airbnb, small scale. And so for me, in my life, the internet made it, opened the possibility to not have a job and go to an office, but travel the world. So basically, it was life changing, right? And then 2005 until now, we had the big companies came in, big investments, startups first, and then they grow into monopolies very often. And that's not a nice period for me. I mean, it's been great for the internet. It's been great as a consumer. It is great as a consumer. We are on a platform, Clubhouse. We use Facebook, we use Amazon, Google, Airbnb. It is beautiful from the user point of view, right? But from a maker point of view, from an entrepreneur point of view, I don't know. There's this narrative in which you build a startup and you become the next big thing, but statistically, this is not going to happen. Statistically, if you do a startup, it's going to fail, or it's going to become like they call them zombie companies, and it's a horrible way to call them because a company is something which just works. While in the startup to monopoly narrative, you have to make it big or go home, right? And I never liked this thing. I never really understood it, and of course, my own experience was bad because I basically lost my business. I had to reinvent myself, open a startup, and then work on the platforms, work on Airbnb, on Booking, etc. And maybe because my previous experience was so good, I had the feeling very early on that was not going to end well. When you give all the power to a platform, and this platform is a company which is driven by profit, and profit itself is not a bad thing, but the dynamic is money machines. So these corporations are there to make money, and then they share the money with the people working in the company and with investors, right? So this kind of hierarchical structure, investors first, users later, uh, doesn't end well for the user, especially for the supply side, right? In our case, this has been like very apparent at the beginning of COVID when Airbnb decided that our money wasn't our money, and he gave it back to the host, to the guest, right? And that's not the worst part. The worst part is that we do not own anything on the internet today. Web two is the web where we are renting. We are all renting. The only thing we own, the only asset we actually own, is the domain name, right? Uh, any other account we have online as a business, Airbnb, Booking, Amazon, whatever we have, is for rent. For rent, it means that it can be taken away from us anyway, or it can become ineffective because of an algorithm change. If you are a YouTuber and YouTube decides that your content is not good, you go from 10,000 visits a day to zero, or maybe you're even the platform, right? If a customer in Airbnb decides that your CO2 detector is a camera and you're spying on them, Airbnb may close your account without even going through due process, right? So we are renting, and it's been fine for a while. It always starts very nicely because they attract the supply side. They need hosts, so hosts are traded very well. And then the fight becomes about the guest. And we've seen this happening the last 4 or 5 years when it's been clear to all of us that we were not anymore as a supply side. We were not treated as well as before, and the guest was the one who was like on top stage, right? And that means lower margins for us. It means less security, etc., etc., which is fine. I mean, I'm not waiting and crying about this. Business is business. You want to do it, good. Otherwise, stay home and get a job, right? I'm perfect with that. But I want to give a positive spin on this. It's gonna get better for us because we are entrepreneurs. We want to do things. We're gonna create things. We want to work with people. But we want to do this also because we want to be free, and especially in the vacation rental space, freedom is an important fact, right? It's a non-corporate, or it's like less corporate than other industries. It's more friendly. If you go to a conference, you're not going to be with suit and ties. You can talk to everyone. Like the top guys are going to be very friendly to you. I imagine in Wall Street or in a finance conference, you're going to have superstars. So the freedom part, the human part of our industry speaks for what we actually want from this job, basically, right? We don't want only to make money. We want to be in a nice environment, right? And so Web3 is great for us because it's the internet of communities, the web of communities, right? And by community, I mean that we as entrepreneurs can decide to build something like Airbnb, like Booking, like any other huge company, and actually succeed this time. And I won't get into the mechanic of this, but basically, because of cryptocurrencies, we can coordinate better. It's much cheaper and faster to coordinate, right? And I'm experiencing this with our project Trips. We built a very big community right now. It's growing really fast. No one is paid. There's no managers. There's no salaries. But we are providing value to each other, right? And we're learning too at the same time. So the platform is going to be just the last thing on top of it, right? The booking platform, I mean. And so it's great news for all of us. The one thing I have to say, it's very hard to explain. It was really hard to explain the internet to somebody who had never been online, right? Because they would ask you, what can you do on the internet? Well, you can look through a web page. Oh, it's like a newspaper, right? Yeah, but it's on the screen. Right, okay. You can send emails, right? Oh, it's like a fax. Yeah, but you can send many and it's cheaper. Yeah, okay, I got the fax, right? Very hard to explain. You have to experience the web to understand it. And for the Web3, it's the same thing. You can read books, you can follow YouTubers, you can listen to what I'm saying today. It's not going to really help. You have to go online, download a wallet, get some crypto, $10, $100. I'm not talking about investments here, right? Just get some crypto and start playing with it.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Bruce Lee podcast. Bruce Lee like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely.